Good evening, everybody. Hello and welcome to episode 35 of XBL UK, Party Podcast UK. I'm on it tonight.
You got the right episode number. It's only took you like 35 episodes.
So, yeah, tonight we don't have TheGinna, but we are joined by the very awesome Sentinel17. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Oh, man, all good. All good. Yeah, how's your week been, everybody? Whoever wants to go first, let us know.
Yeah,
cool. Ash, how's your week going?
Rough. I feel like absolute arse today. I was just telling you off camera.
To be honest.
There's like a stomach bug going around my kid's school. My missus and my daughter had it last week. My son got it the other day, and now I've got it. Nice. So always fun.
Awesome. BMG, you look like shit too. How are you?
Feeling a bit better today. I was really not well yesterday. Literally was meant to be on Frostbite Stasis chat yesterday, and Stubbs had to jump in because I just went downhill. But feeling a bit perkier today. So it's but other than that, yeah, not so bad. Getting a bit chilly here in the northwest.
It is here as well, to be fair. I'm struggling to sleep at night now because it's getting so cold, so I might have to stop putting the heat on. Fun fact. Sorry, I don't know why I shared that.
Use a quilt.
I have a quilt. It's just too cold.
Put some clothes on.
Yeah, stop sleeping naked. That's it. Sentinel, how are you feeling? Are you also feeling like shit? Can we get a hat trick? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting cold, so I'm trying to keep from not getting sick. I know everyone else is getting sick right now, so I've been trying to drink a lot of juice and take my vitamins, but trying not to get like BMG was on Monday. He was pretty rough.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm trying to keep up on my apple juice, which is great. Well, actually, no, this is berry juice.
Probably not as good for you as something like bourbon, but,
Yeah. So, what have you been playing, gents? Anything exciting?
You're gonna have to start picking, otherwise we'll end up.
BMG, what have you been playing?
I've been playing the most awesomest mobile game on the planet today, Marvel
Angry
Snap.
Birds. Oh.
Angry Birds.
I was thinking Candy Crush.
No, that's the wife's game. Keep telling her she's an Xbox player now, but she won't have it. But no, a bit more Marvel Snap. They've just season 2's just started, so I'm enjoying a bit of that. And
season
to be honest,
2, they just come out.
They're getting through them quick. We've had the symbiote
invasion.
More seasons than Halo.
The thing is, but at least you can actually earn everything without actually having to pay.
If you want to invest your life into it,
you're not seeing the other team. No, I've got quite a lot of stuff quick, and I've not spent a penny yet. But you don't have
to play 20 hours a day.
Yeah, but no, you don't have to. It's like when you're playing, you're not both going at the same time. So you're laying your cards where you want them, they're laying their cards where they want them. Neither of you can see until you click end turn, and then it plays out the turn. So it's.
Is it one of those? Is it one of those where you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them?
No, that's not. No, we're not playing poker or freaking blackjack or some shit.
Snap.
We're playing a real man's game. Snap, yeah.
A real man's game. It's
Can't believe they've got 2 seasons of like battle pass for playing Snap. Let's just go
awesome.
Snap. That's it.
Awesome. I tell you, once you start playing it, you'll be addicted. You'll be all over it.
I'd rather rub shit in my eyes, mate. To be fair,
you'll be
play that.
all over it like Julia Roberts in a thong. I'm telling you.
Wow.
What? Julia Roberts in a what?
Thong.
A thong? When was the last time you saw Julia Roberts in a thong?
Last week.
You've never watched Pretty Woman?
That's like fucking 20 years ago.
And I
never said
whatever. Yeah. Don't move, Julia. Don't move.
What have you been playing? Hopefully something more exciting than Marvel Snap.
Yeah, I've been playing a selection this week, actually. So I've just finished Lake today. That was on Game Pass a while back. We got sent it for review, but Ginna did it, so I never actually got around to playing it properly. So I played that to the end. It's not a bad game. It's a slow game. It takes place over 2 weeks. You're some woman going back to her hometown, delivering the mail and stuff like that. And it's sort of like you spend half your time driving around this small town, around this giant lake, delivering mail. Half is like just talking to people and building up sort of like relationships and stuff with them. But it's not bad. Like I say, I think I played for about 6.5 hours to 100% it. The only downside is there's 3 achievements for 3 different endings.
Yeah,
so
really.
You've at least got to play the last like half an hour 3 times. And 2 of the endings are trash compared to the one I went for. So I had to sit and do like an hour's worth of content of stuff I didn't care about, listening to the pretty much identical conversations for half an hour apart from the last like 2 minutes of gameplay. So, but if it's still on Game Pass, I highly recommend checking it out if you want a quick sort of chill, relaxed game where you don't really do much. Other than that, what else have I been playing? I downloaded Halo again. I reinstalled it today, ready for this, like, to be blown away by co-op. So me and play that in a bit.
Yeah, before I forget, straight after the stream tonight, Ash and BMG are going to be doing a live stream on the channel where they're trying out the new winter update. So
if we can get it to work and it all goes well, that's the question.
Goes to plan.
If not, I'll record it either way and it'll go up later in like a trimmed form. So one way or another, there'll be some content of us trying the Halo co-op campaign. So
yeah.
But other than that, I've mainly been on my Switch this last week because I got sent a load of review codes over the last month, and I've been sort of leaving the Switch ones till last. So I just sort of had a big old play of them. It's quite nice being able just to jump on it, like especially when I've been feeling like shit the last couple of nights, just sitting in bed playing on the Switch is quite nice. I've got one that I'm quite enjoying. I can't talk about it till Friday though, but it has previously been out on Oculus, and it's a really cool game. So, but I haven't played much other than that. I'm starting, like I say, I'm working through the review copies, and then I'm like working through like my backlog of like stuff I wanted to play this year. So I saved like 30 games I wanted to play this year. I started it in October, so I finished Life is Strange remaster. I finished Lake. I'm going to finish the Life is Strange prequel remaster, and then I'm going to finish Guardians of the Galaxy. But like I say, that was my 2022 plan. I've only just really started it now, so I'm a bit behind.
Guardians of the Galaxy was brilliant. I really
I'm about halfway through it. But then like it was one of those things that everything else came out around that time.
Yeah.
And as with everything, I start playing it. I play it for a couple of hours, and then something else comes out. So now I'm like sort of focusing my free time on playing just like certain games to just work through them basically and clear them out. So
it's definitely worth finishing. Drax and Rocket are absolutely hilarious all the way through it, and some of the decisions you can make to like do stuff. It's I highly recommend, and it is on Game Pass. And so if people haven't played it, get on it, because it probably ain't going to be on there much longer. The way Square Enix are going, probably going to sell it off to some.
Square Enix don't own it anymore. Embracer own. Guardians.
So did they?
Yeah, they've got Guardians with that Embracer deal.
Oh, I didn't. What about Avengers? Did that?
That's
stay
with Embracer as well, I believe.
Really?
I believe so. I believe they went to Embracer, and Square have kept everything that is Japanese, or like if it says fantasy in it or dragon, Square kept it. If it was like, oh, that sounds slightly English or American, they sold that to Embracer. So,
right, I didn't know, because obviously with the rights, it being licensed games, I didn't know how that would actually affect it.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, because I remember reading somewhere the CEO of Embracer was like, we're trying to work with Marvel because we've got a plan to sort of support Avengers going forward further. So, but they had to get approval.
Yeah. I wonder if that means, because obviously the way the contracts went and worked with Square Enix, if it's like working out a deal where everyone's going to benefit. Personally, I would just drop Avengers, do the second one, or do something a bit different in a different part of the universe, an alternate one, instead of trying to revive that. It's it's dead on arrival.
It kind of feels like Avengers fell short, and it's like they had a good idea on paper, but the execution just wasn't there. I pre-ordered Marvel's Avengers and I played it at launch, and I got kicked out of the game at least half a dozen times during that last segment when you're playing as Miss Marvel and you're supposed to go and find the bad guys and take them down. I got kicked out of the game legitimately half a dozen times at least, which is ridiculous for a game at launch. It shouldn't be broken like that.
I'll tell you what, my issue with Avengers was it didn't know what it wanted to be. I think that was the issue. And it came out like after, Endgame and like the pinnacle. I found that was a weird decision.
Well, I thought it was weird though, because it starts with like a decent story. And at the end of the story mode, it just sort of stops the story and becomes like missions.
Yeah,
and it's just like it's like if it had just been a fleshed out story with decent co-op, it'd have been fine. And then they started adding like those like challenge rooms and stuff. It's like we don't want that. We'd rather have more story content and stuff. I feel like if they relaunched it, say next year, the base game goes free to play, or they put it on like everything. It's on Game Pass, it's on PS Plus, it's on like everything for free, and they bring out like a cheap sort of like £10-15 paid expansion, but it's like a full campaign. I feel like they could sort of write it a bit. They just have to sort of realign it and sort of refocus it, because it just feels a bit all over the place. Like, is it a story-driven game? Is it a mission-based game? Is it a live RPG service game? And no, so
absolutely clear. I didn't like the way the missions were set out. I mean, I would much rather. I mean, I'm a sucker for an open world. I would much rather have like an open world Hulk game or an open world Captain America or something like that.
It was weird, It was like half the missions you couldn't even play multiplayer co-op, could you? It was like you were trying to. You had to like, can I do? No, can't do that one. Can't do that one.
Me and Fabio bought it on release. We couldn't figure out how to play together, and when we finally figured it out, we'd load a level up and it'd boot one of us out. So I don't think we ever played it together. We both bought it at launch. Never played it together because it was just shit. And it's a shame because like the story isn't that bad. The story levels, it's locked behind so much chaff and overpriced microtransactions, and all you see every week is like, look at this new skin. It's like, no, give us a new level or something. Do you know what I mean? We don't want skins. We want content.
And the levels are really lackluster as well. They're all pretty much the same.
Well, it kind of felt, with the way Marvel's Avengers was, it kind of felt like it would have done better had it come out before Spider-Man. Because I know Redders had said you're a fan of open worlds, and so am I. And then you got the Avengers Tower in Spider-Man made by Insomniac, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, I could only imagine how great that would be." And then you get Marvel's Avengers, and it falls short.
Oh, that great. I didn't like Avengers.
It's like I think if Marvel's Avengers, and I get it, they're working on Spider-Man and all this other stuff, but I think if Marvel's Avengers would have been made by Insomniac, it would have blown people's minds.
Yeah, people that just get it, that's what I loved about the Arkham games, because Rocksteady genuinely got it.
Yeah,
they got what the fans wanted.
To be fair, though, Rocksteady can make a very good, more linear. Like the first Arkham game is a fantastic game. Yeah, it's there's a semi-open world, but it's very sort of like you walk through corridors. It's not fully open. You go through levels and stuff, but it still felt fantastic.
Yeah, but it came before Arkham City, where everything was open. That's why I said Marvel's Avengers would have benefited if they would have come before Spider-Man, because one would have they wouldn't have expected the open world thing. They would have said, "Oh, this game is great by its own merits." It wouldn't have been compared to anything else, really.
And to be fair, I would have liked to have seen them like hand off the licenses to like better companies. Does that make sense? I don't want to see EA making an Iron Man game. I don't trust EA with a fucking can.
EA have said they're making more Marvel games now.
Yeah, that's what worries me. Like, they're going to have all these Marvel games, and I wonder if Iron Man is basically just going to be like a repurposed Anthem.
I think you're going to see it.
I hope it is. I literally hope they don't change anything. They've just plastered Iron Man's face onto one of the characters.
Yes,
it's just Anthem.
Slap a bit of Robert Downey Jr. on and boosh.
Yeah,
$70.
I'd love to jump back into it. I'd love to jump back into Anthem and have a play. Just see.
BioWare they got the flight mechanics exactly right for Iron Man, and you look at the flight mechanics from Anthem, and then you compare them to Marvel's Avengers, and it's like Crystal Dynamics version is crap.
Yeah.
Crystal Dynamic.
I'll tell you what, man.
I would like Tomb Raider games.
I really wanted
fantastic.
I really wanted Anthem to do well, because I saw the trailer at E3 and stuff, and it looked amazing. Like, that looked like an incredible game. I wonder if they should have held it back until the next gen, so they could have really pushed it.
Well, you remember the whole thing about the announcement trailer that they showed for Anthem. The executives decided to run with it, and the developers like, "Oh, that's the game we're making." It's like, wow, that's probably not a good thing.
Yeah. Because I was blown away by that E3 trailer. I'm not gonna lie. I actually thought, oh my god, here we go, next gen's here.
And it's in Game Pass.
Yeah.
Have they not shut the servers down? Is it still going?
Still going. Just nobody's playing it. Yeah, I
There'll
remember
be that one person flying the flag every day, loving it.
Yeah, I bought it when it came out on day one.
That'd be
all right. 2 weeks later. Yeah, dead 2 weeks later. It's a shame. Sentinel, what have you been playing this week? Anything exciting?
I mean, I've been going back through Mass Effect. I'm working on Mass Effect 3 right now, but it has so much DLC. You remember back in the Xbox 360 and PS3 generation, how much DLC they launched for it. And I know a lot of people who might not have been following Mass Effect back then, they don't understand how much DLC was back then. So to see EA put all this DLC together with all 3 games for $60, that's a hell of a deal, because back then I spent like $120 on all the DLC. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, there was a lot of Mass Effect. It's one of those games I played the first one briefly and never played any of the rest of the series.
Yeah,
I've got it sat there on disc. I need to go back to it.
well,
I'll
Mass
probably end up
Effect,
just playing the remasters.
I never
Mass
played
Effect
them.
2 is a
I played
little
Andromeda.
rougher though. You know, it's like you go backward in the series. If you haven't ever played Mass Effect 1 or 2, Mass Effect 1 is going to be really rough.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I played Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3. I never played the first one back in the day because the original Mass Effect, I was a PlayStation 3 gamer, and the original Mass Effect didn't come to PlayStation 3. Only Mass Effect 2 and 3 did. So I never played the original Mass Effect, and I think it was ported later on, but it wasn't until this generation that I actually went back and played through it, and I was like, oh my god, this is so rough. But Mass Effect 2 is pretty good. It's just not as much of a shooter as Mass Effect 3 is.
Right.
They did well with that Legendary Edition. Everything they put into that. That is a really good remaster for all 3 games. It's the first one. The controls and that are rough, but it still looks beautiful. And cutting out half of them loading screens now, where you have to, you want to get from one side of the map to the other, so you have to go around these complicated stairs, and you have to block bits off to give it time to load. The time you get around the other side, all that's gone. You just animations, everything. They just put so much into it, and it's brilliant. And again, it's on Game Pass. The Legendary Edition is on Game Pass with all the DLCs. The only thing I'm gutted is that they didn't have the multiplayer. It wasn't part of it. They took it out.
So I never played the original 3. I played Andromeda, and that really tainted my opinion on it. I never wanted to go back after playing Andromeda. I thought Andromeda was just fucking dreadful.
Oh, you're missing out.
Yeah, but it was one of those where, like, same situation. The first one wasn't on PlayStation, I don't think. And then I'd made the switch to Xbox 360. So by the time I made that switch, I'd missed a lot of it. Do you know what I mean? I came into the Xbox quite late, mid-gen. So, yeah, I just never had the desire to go back. It's like Halo. I never bothered going back for that either.
Oh, Halo is amazing. Old Halo. Oh.
Yeah, never played it.
Gotta finish this fight.
I played it briefly, like on the PC, like back in the day, but I never played it on Xbox.
I'm so hyped for Halo now from starting reading through the novels. The novels are amazing. Like, if you've never played the games and you read the novels, you'd be like, oh, yes, let's go. It's like watching that Cyberpunk anime. It gets you right hyped to play it, even though, like,
I need to go back
that's better than the game. Do you know what I mean? But hey, we'll see how good it is tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start checking out some of these novelizations and the graphic novels. I know Stubbs had talked about one for Gears of War, and now I'm curious thinking about it.
Yeah. Some of them are really good. I mean, there's some that aren't. There's some terrible tie-in novels, but there's a handful that are really good. Like Halo's good, Assassin's Creed's are good.
I love Assassin's Creed. I've just done the first 3 books.
Nice. I've just picked up recently. I picked up BioShock, Uncharted, and another. I can't remember which game it was now. So there's a Fable as well. I'm liking the Fable ones. However, there's like one out of this set. It's like £70 to buy for some reason. I can't find it anywhere. So I'm gonna have to go on the put my eye patch on and have a look for it online because I cannot find it. I'm not paying 70 quid for a book I'm going to read in 2 days. You can jog on.
Yeah.
I can't find it secondhand. I can't find it anywhere. So,
wow,
no idea. Rare's rocking our shit.
I didn't realise Uncharted had a novel.
Yeah, it's based on like number 2 though. It's really weird. They've done like one novel, but it's like of the middle game by the looks. Looking at the cover of it, but I haven't read it yet. I'll tell you if it's any good when I've got through it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've been playing anything else, Sentinel? Was that it?
I've been playing a moderate amount of the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. It's definitely not as good as Modern Warfare 2019, just because you got to grind so much to unlock weapons and silencers and all kinds of stuff. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I'll tell you what, I found, because I've been smashing Modern Warfare 2 religiously for like the past week. I found this method that uses what they call decoy grenades, and they seem to be leveling up my weapon insanely fast. I seem to be able to level one up in like two hours now, which is nice.
Nice.
So I've been doing that and just getting those attachments and stuff. I'll tell you what, Modern Warfare 2 is a game where I can feel my blood pressure rise.
Yes.
I hate it. That's the only thing I don't like about it, because like, I'm one of those where I run and gun. I don't like to sit in one place. I don't like to sit in fucking corners. And I feel like this Modern Warfare really caters to campers.
Yeah.
So I'm having a really hard time with it. Yeah, I'm having a really hard time with it. But
apparently they took a load of maps out as well, haven't they?
They've had to. Yeah, they had a museum in the game that they picked up a lawsuit for, so they had to remove that, and now they might lose the hotel level.
That's come back in now. Apparently, they've sorted that one.
Yeah, the museum still isn't in yet.
There's apparently another one they've took out as well. I didn't ever play it though, so I couldn't tell you. But
all right,
there's a lot of leaks though. A lot of classic maps are coming, aren't they? Which is good. So
shipment's meant to be coming, which is going to be fucking hilarious.
They're missing a couple of modes too. I think they're missing. It's supposed to be like a tier 1 update or something that's coming soon.
Yeah, it's actually one of the topics for tonight. So we'll talk about that again in a bit.
Did you update the topics after you wrote the list earlier?
No, they were part of the ones I actually.
Oh, gonna say.
I have no idea what else we're talking about. I only have 4 topics.
Look, we've got a Discord where we post all this.
I know, I'm looking at it all here in front of me.
Thursday's Gaming Room 101, Redders is up for the bin, I tell you now.
In the bin.
Might be time to get my P45.
That's it.
I just don't care anymore. So yeah, I've mostly been playing Modern Warfare. Actually, that's all I've been playing, Modern Warfare. I did the campaign. I thought the campaign was it wasn't great. It was a bit weak. I felt like they really needed a better bad guy, and they needed to incorporate him a bit better, because like the whole game is spent chasing this bad guy who seems really elusive, and then you get to the end of the game, it's like, oh, we've killed him. Great, that's lovely. That's
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers.
Spoiler alert! You kill the bad guy in COD. Who would have guessed it? Yeah,
God damn it.
I know. So yeah, I've been doing that multiplayer. I can't stop playing it. I'm just having a really good time with it, but I'm also having a really shit time with it as well. It's a bit of a weird one. I always find that the games I complain most about are the ones I generally do okay at, which is quite funny. But yeah, campers have ruined it for me. So yeah, I'll tell you what, before we get to some top...
Well, Redders, are you like a Battlefield guy or a Call of Duty guy?
I'm a both kind of guy. Yeah, I don't like one more than the other. I used to love the tactical side of Battlefield. You know, back when you actually, when your decisions of what class you rolled with actually meant something. I liked it when it was like that. But COD, it's just a fun frag fest, isn't it? And that's what I kind of like about it. Until you get wankers sitting in fucking corners and just cheesing it
again.
Oh. Yeah.
Get good, scrub. Get good.
Is it next week Warzone 2 drops?
Yeah.
17th.
That's one of the topics.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that in a minute, BMG.
Right. Sorry. No, that's me getting ahead.
Yeah.
Not getting ahead.
Getting ahead. I hope you're not getting ahead. Not when you're fucking doing a podcast. So before we get into topics, let's just give a shout out to Thimber, Muppet, BMG, and Sentinel are here in the panel. So cheers for you two to show up and the other 8 people that are watching. Don't forget to like and share this shit out. So, press the thumbs up button. Turn on notifications so that you never miss any future content. Let's get into some topics. So it's going to be quite Phil Spencer heavy tonight. And I do apologize, but that's all that's really happened this week. It's been a bit of a shit week. So let's get into it. So Phil Spencer admits that it's been too long since Xbox had a first-party exclusive, but says that 2023 will be much better. So what do you guys think?
Hopefully. Should be. There's been a lot of announced stuff. So
yeah, we've got Starfield and Redfall coming.
I'm motivated. I'm positive. But, I mean, I'm going to be playing Forza Motorsport 8 for most of the year. So, it's like I know some people are going to be upset, but I'm going to be playing that probably more than Starfield.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of hope for Starfield, if I'm honest.
I'm a motorsport guy. It's just how it is.
Yeah, motorsport's amazing. I want it to reclaim that throne because I felt like with the last was in Motorsport 7, kind of lost its way a bit. So I'm really hoping they come out and fucking nail it this time because I'll tell you what, man, Motorsport's so much better than anything else that's on the market, I think.
Yeah, I mean, they've had a few years, so hopefully they'll get it right this time.
Yeah. I think there was too much emphasis on like fucking, what was it? It wasn't loot boxes, was it? It was like car buffs and stuff in the last one, which is rubbish. What are you guys looking forward to next year from Xbox?
Starfield from our Lord and Savior, God Howard. I don't think he's coming out early because obviously there's when they delayed it, they said it was going to come out within the first 6 months of 2023. I think it's going to be a November game. I don't think you're going to see it for how long they've had it in development. Yeah, for how long they've had it in development. Yeah. But to be honest, what they're trying to do and what they're trying to achieve, I don't think the extra 7-8 months they're taking is going to be enough. I'd delay it till November next year. Get that 11/11 date. Why not? But there's that because there's going to be that much coming out next year anyway. Because obviously Redfall, I think there was a rumor that it was going to get delayed. But
the rumor was it was going to be delayed out this year.
No. For next year, there was a rumor saying that it was going to get delayed again. No, it won't.
I think we'll get it in Q1. I honestly think it'll be
it
March,
looks
April.
pretty finished in the trailers they've shown.
Looks
good.
I think it's on Steam, on the Steam library thing, that someone caught an image of the beta. So I think come Game Awards, we're going to get an announcement of the beta starting. So I think that's something that's going to happen. So you're going to have Redfall. What else have we got coming? We've got
Redfall, Starfield. We've got Motorsport,
Minecraft Legends, or whatever it's called.
Fable.
Fable's not coming next year. Forza is.
No, I'm not saying it, but that's
maybe Avowed.
I think Avowed's going to be that.
Outer Worlds 2, maybe.
No, God, no.
Next year.
They had
if you never have a dream, you can never have a dream come true. So fucking wishful thinking.
Well, BMG, you said Starfield in November. That's when I'm placing Avowed. I don't think Starfield's coming in November. I think they'll try for maybe September.
No, I think Avowed's going to be a summer game.
I feel like I'm the only one that doesn't give a shit about Starfield.
I don't care for Starfield, but I'm not a big fan of Bethesda games like
I love
Skyrim.
Bethesda games.
I liked Morrowind and I liked what I played of Oblivion, but Skyrim I never really got into. I'm not the biggest Fallout fan. I've played a couple of them. They're not that great.
I'm a
not my type of game.
But Scott, what's it called? Starfield to me just looks like No Man's Skyrim, and that's why I don't have any interest in it because what we saw at E3 looked fucking rubbish. Like I'm not going to sit here and go, "Oh my god, it's the best fucking thing they've shown off." No, it's not. It looked fucking horrendous.
I didn't like it.
Frame rate was all over the place. The combat looked rubbish. Like there's just that game needs work, like serious work.
Well, and then they had to go back and forth about whether you're going to be able to traverse in and out of atmospheres or landing on the planets. They had to figure that out. You remember when Destiny first launched, it showed you in the ship or whatever flying, but it wouldn't let you land the ship. It's just kind of a transition. I think it seems like they're going to do the same thing with Starfield, where you transition essentially. You're outside of a planet or whatever, and you decide what planet you want to go to, but you're not really flying to it. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I believe you can actually fly through space. Sorry,
No Man's Sky needs some attention for real. Like that game is fucking brilliant. I didn't have a lot of hope for it because I had a lot of issues when it launched. But I went back and played it a few months ago, and that game is just incredible. Like the scope on it and what you can do on it is just chef's kiss.
I preferred when it originally launched. I liked it that just on your own with the music playing and plodding around. All the stuff they've added has put me off it. I don't like
it's so good. You don't have to
too
interact
much.
with players if you don't want
but it's literally just way too much to do. I prefer the just chilling, having a couple of drinks, just plodding, going through planet to planet. That was the most boring bit. Yeah, no, but there's always things about you and they're pushing you to do stuff. When it was originally came out, it was do what you want, go where you want, head to the center of the universe, do whatever. Now you've got to, seems you're going on this path. You need to build a base. You need to power it up. You need to harvest it. Anyway, no, you didn't. No, you didn't have to do any of that. It made it more complicated. Yeah, it's good. Don't get me wrong. People, I know there's hardcore fans that are lost in that game, and it does look amazing. It's had the optimized patch across all consoles. I did briefly play it in PlayStation VR 1 before I got rid of the PS4, and it was amazing. Actually, you're coming to land on a planet and you're looking over the sides and something brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The controls were awful to move about, but it was a nice experience to do. But I found the transitioning between space and planets, having to fly up and all that it was all right for the first couple of times. It is. But then you kind of just get fed up and want to move on and get doing what you're doing, not spend 2 minutes breaking the atmosphere. But overall, it is a better game. I just prefer.
I think that's what Starfield's going to be, and it's going to fail miserably because people have already got a good experience in No Man's Sky. I think everyone, because let's be honest,
those mods though, isn't it? That's the difference.
Everybody is going to compare it to No Man's Sky. They can't escape that because it looks like No Man's Sky.
But they're going to they've already said they're going to let the community mod the shit out of it, do what they want. And but you're going to see some amazing stuff.
How many people are actually going to do that though on Xbox? Really,
they've got a hardcore following that do this. They've actually hired people who just pretty much make all these mods and brought them in the team to do stuff. Like that team, they got some members of that team that made that Fallout London?
Yeah.
They took a lot of them on and I think that's probably what they're actually building. They do some good stuff.
I'd much rather have a new Fallout than Skyrim. Not Starfield. Fuck, I keep forgetting the fucking name of it.
That's fair. That's fair enough. I'm hoping as well. After a few leaked images and stuff, I'm hoping Game Awards we're going to get a proper reveal trailer of Indiana Jones, and I'm hoping that's going to be a Q3 release next year for Indiana Jones.
Way too much.
No Indiana Jones. Sorry,
that's what I'm
waiting for the 3 years.
I would sacrifice one of my children to have Indiana
Jones. We might get some more on Avalanche's Contraband.
Yeah. We might find out about Kojima's game as well, because old Keel is a sucker for Kojima, isn't he? Anything he can if he can butter up Kojima, giving him some free screen time, he's all over him. He's already got the lube ready.
I'm intrigued about what that Contraband is because, I absolutely love Avalanche Studios. I think Mad Max is one of the most.
Did they make Just Cause?
Games.
Not Just Cause. Yeah, Just Cause. I like Just Cause 3. Just Cause 3
was that not the other Avalanche? There's more than one Avalanche studio, isn't there? Was that not
Avalanche
the other
Studios? No, Avalanche do Just Cause, but they also have a studio that does that did Mad Max.
Yeah, but Avalanche did Rage 2 though also, so we got to be a little cautious.
Yeah,
I like Rage 2.
Rage 2 was alright. It was was not a bad game. It was just one of those if you blink, you miss it kind of games.
Yeah, it
Did
came
you-
out
Like
around
10
everything
hours.
else.
Yeah.
Did you catch Jez Corden when he released some of the details on Contraband after it was showed off? What sort of the premises of the game is?
I mean, I followed some of it. Like, it's
Yeah,
going to be
not really.
co-op, and it's supposed to be set in the 70s or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, like
Sounds great.
70s, but it's like your vehicle. The main thing of the game is your vehicle's kind of like the main thing. That's the thing
Cool.
you're going to be in all the time. That's going to be
Then
like your
that sounds like Mad
home-based
Max.
type thing. Yeah,
It's
same sort
like-
of thing. Yeah.
Have you
can
ever played
upgrade
Mad
it and
Max?
stuff. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Phenomenal game. I'll
It
tell you
kind
what,
of
that
seemed like
Very
kinda seemed like
underrated.
Smuggler's Run, you know.
very underrated. That's one of those games that everybody needs to play at least once because the
Right.
level of detail in that game, and I mean, even now it's got the 60 FPS upgrade, and
Oh, for Mad Max.
yeah,
And well, you
such a
remember,
good game.
right? You remember when they first announced it, that they had an American actor for Mad Max, and all those people threw a big fit about it. And the studio that was developing it said, "Hey, we get it," and they went with
Yeah.
an Australian voice actor instead. The studio that put it together cared so much about that, and I completely agree. It's one of the most underrated games of last generation. I still play it
Yeah.
at least twice a year.
Yeah, it's so good. And I really hope it does get a sequel because that game deserves a sequel. I'd much rather see a Mad Max 2
Yeah,
than, Just Cause 5 because
right.
Just Cause is one of those where they always try and push the physics and push the graphics as much as they can.
Yeah,
The last two, to be fair, the last three Just Causes, they ran like shit on console because they just couldn't keep up. The level of destruction and the explosions and shit. I'd much rather they put all that time and effort into a Mad Max 2.
yeah.
If let's just say the deal goes through with ABK with Microsoft, what game or IP would you like to see him bring back?
Prototype. That's my most requested
What,
game. I wanna see
remaster
from
or a
Activision.
sequel?
No, I want to see a Prototype 3 with next gen graphics.
Yes,
That's what I want.
absolutely.
Because Prototype is another one of those really underrated open worlds. 2 was fantastic. I don't know why they didn't make a third one.
Yeah, I enjoyed
Because-
that. I did enjoy it.
Yeah, the whole premise of that game is, you get a virus and for some reason you're immune to it, but you gain these fucking crazy weapons and abilities. Fantastic.
Especially with Infamous pretty much being gone,
Yeah.
because Infamous was the competition for Prototype.
Mm.
And the reason why Prototype 1 still got a lot of attention, but the reason why it didn't get as much attention as it was going to was because Infamous released, like, I think within days or weeks, like a couple weeks of Prototype coming out, and it released first, and of course it was on the PlayStation 3, so it got a lot of attention because the PS3 was really starting to take off.
And I'll tell you what, it told a really fucking dark story. The
Yeah.
first one. It takes a while to get into it, but it tells a really dark story.
And there were so many people, so many NPCs in the world that you could be running through the street. I mean, there was like hundreds of them on the street. That was almost unheard of back then.
Yeah, I'd happily see a new one. I think I
want
want
Alpha
Activision
Protocol.
games.
Alpha Protocol. I love that game. That was
I don't
brilliant.
think I ever played it.
Oh yeah, like you're like a spy, secret agent, and that it's like a story where you made decisions and did things, and the story changed as you went along. It was fun. It was good. It was good game. But yeah, something like that. Oh, who did the Born Identity game? Was that Activision?
Oh yeah, I think it was Activision, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think they just published it. I don't think they developed it.
Yeah, that was good. The mechanics in that, the fight mechanics and stuff was really good. But it was a short game because it was a licensed game. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. But yeah,
I'd
you, Ash?
I'd like to see them bring back True Crime.
Yeah.
True
Yeah.
Crime.
To be fair, I would. Oh, that's not Activision anymore. I was thinking Sleeping Dogs deserves a sequel.
Yeah, well, because
That's
they,
not
Activision didn't have any faith in True Crime Hong Kong, so they sold the assets, I guess, to I guess it was Square Enix and the studio that put it together. I don't even remember their name, but they're disbanded now. But they put together Sleeping Dogs, so it was a spiritual successor of True Crime, and you know how many people absolutely love Sleeping Dogs. It was a great game.
Yeah, fantastic. The
So
combat in that game felt so good.
Yes, it was absolutely perfect because they understood, the premise of a cop having to fight against all these bad guys, and the martial arts and the gunplay was just perfect. I'd love to
And
see.
you really
that
felt
come
like you were
back.
kicking the shit out of people. That's what I loved
Yeah.
about it.
Yep.
Really good. I'd like to see another sequel to that as well. But I think that was THQ when they did Sleeping Dogs.
Good game.
Yeah, THQ did it. Yeah.
I think you can also pick it up. Xbox had it on sale. I think it was like £4 something.
Yeah,
and it's optimized. Yeah, it's optimized for the Series S and X as well. Auto HDR,
FPS boost and stuff. Yeah,
it's crazy. They still keep promoting it and stuff, but they still haven't done a sequel. It's mad.
Yeah, such a good game.
But for me, if it were going to be something from Activision, the Transformers games, the War for Cybertron, or I can't remember what the other one was.
We were talking about that recently, weren't we? Like Transformers. I would like. There was a really cartoony one that came out not long ago.
Is that the one based off the anime?
By Platinum.
Oh, that one's like cell shading or something.
I'd really like to see a sequel to that because I thought that nailed it.
It were High Moon Studios that made the ones for Activision, and they did War for Cybertron, Fall for Cybertron, and then Dark of the Moon. But they were awesome games. So I would like to see them come back. And like I say, for me, I want the classic sort of
Spyro
Activision games. No, we've had Spyro. Crash. I'm happy. If we never get any more Spyro and Crash, I've got the classics remastered. Same with Tony Hawk's. All I'd like, I tell you what, though, I would like to see a Tony Hawk's Underground 2 remaster because that game is amazing. But I'd rather they just kept adding to the Tony Hawk's.
Didn't they? Yeah, but they killed it, didn't they? Didn't they kill off because they were going to do like a Tony Hawk's 3 and 4 remaster, same as like they did with 1 and 2, but they killed it off.
Yes, I can't remember why.
Yeah, they folded the studio into a support studio for.
Fucking stupid because they did such a good job on that remake.
No, it's for Blizzard. I can't remember what.
Oh yeah, they got swallowed into Blizzard. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why they lost it because Tony Hawk actually came out and turned around and told them why they were no longer doing it. You know, screwed them and everything.
The remake was fantastic. I mean, because it went to that Robo Modo for a while, and they didn't have a fucking clue what they were doing. They put out some of the worst Tony Hawk's games that ever came out, and then it got given back to someone else, and they did such a good job on that remake. The 1 and 2 remake.
Yeah,
but I want to see cancelled 3 and 4.
I want to see Toy Story 2 come back, remake Toy Story 2.
Why?
Because it's such a good game. Not even remake, just remaster it. I'll be fine with that.
Would you take an FPS boost?
Yeah, that'll do. And also the 2 Spider-Man PS1 games, because they were made by Activision. We can't get a new Spider-Man because Sony are never going to let us have him. But we can remaster some old Spider-Man games, which were better. I'll fight anyone. Those 2 the PS1 Spider-Man games, bugger off all those later ones, which were tripe. The PS1 Spider-Man and like Enter Electro games are like masterpieces in superhero video games.
I'll tell you the issues I had with the Activision Spider-Man games was they always had like collectibles that didn't have a fucking collectibles map.
Yes.
So you'd end up with like 200 fucking pieces that you had to find, but you had no map to get them, and that's what I hated about it.
Yeah, there's a fair chunk of them.
I'm one of those. If you're going to do an open world, and you're going to stick a load of collectibles in, at least have a map that shows you where they are.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to fucking guess 200 collectibles in.
I can't believe how many they've done. I just had a quick Google. Right, they did
Web of Shadows as well, weren't they?
They did Spider-Man 2: The Sinister Six, Spider-Man 2: Enter Electro. So there's 2 different Spider-Man 2s for some reason. Oh, that's a Game Boy version. Spider-Man Mysterio's Menace. Then we've got the movie tie-ins for 1 and 2. Spider-Man and Friends, Ultimate Spider-Man, which is an amazing open-world Spider-Man game if you haven't played it. Then you got Battle for New York, Spider-Man 3, Friend or Foe, Web or Shadows. Then you've got the 2 Ultimate Alliances. Then you've got Shattered Dimensions, Edge of Time, and then the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 as well. They just wanted to just give us a Spider-Man collection. Yeah. I can live without the new Spider-Man games, and they are good. I've played the first one. I haven't played the second one. The first one is amazing, and the bit I played in Miles was good, but I couldn't tell you how good it goes later on. But
yeah,
I would be more happy to play all the old Spider-Man games in a bundle than a new one.
I played the Insomniac Spider-Man,
so they could do Spider-Man,
Yeah. I played the Insomniac Spider-Man. I fucking loved it, but it was very samey. Like, there wasn't a whole lot of diversity to it. It was very much.
It looks amazing.
Take over
and it's
this
amazing
area,
to fly
kill that
around.
boss. Yeah, it does look amazing.
It gets like Spider-Man 2. Everyone sees Spider-Man 2 with rose-tinted glasses because at the time it was open world. You could swing around, but there's so much crap. And how many times you have to go save people's balloons floating away and stuff and pick someone up and run them to the hospital. It spoils. Yeah. It's not as great a game as you remember. And I feel like that's the same with Insomniac. That was like the next level. The city is alive. It looks fantastic. The combat and the movement is fantastic, but the actual gameplay itself is pretty similar and samey. It's a trope that it's not just that game. A lot of sort of superhero and open world games fall into it. So
give me a Daredevil game. That's what I want. Daredevil or the Punisher.
It's just black. You can't see anything.
Yeah, first person.
First person.
But you could have echolocation abilities and shit. Oh my god, it'd be so good. I'd love to have a Daredevil game.
You're still gonna have someone that'll platinum that in like 25 minutes or something, and you're like, "How the hell did you do that shit?"
Yeah. But yeah, might as well move on to the next bit of Phil Spencer news. Since this is like episode Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer promises publicly again, by the way, I'd like to add, that Call of Duty will remain on PlayStation forever. Would also like to see Call of Duty go to more devices. So I'm guessing Switch and stuff.
Well, he's already said Switch.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt they're going to keep Call of Duty multiplayer. It makes no fucking sense for them to make it exclusive. No sense whatsoever. Why would you deny half that revenue?
You wouldn't, would you?
Exclusive, no.
Especially after Sony come out
of dollars
saying how much it's made, you'd be silly. Like it's all a spin. Like today, the European Union or the European Commission or whatever's gone to phase 2. And they've come out and said the exact same thing again, that we're not putting it anywhere. We don't want to deprive fans. That'd be stupid. Yeah, but I think people just get fanboyed up on it and just want to be
I get why people are concerned because of what happened with Bethesda, Starfield going exclusive. But then at the same time, when you look at games like Minecraft and Minecraft Dungeons and like other games that are still multi-plat, like Bethesda make a lot of single player experiences, and those are the kind of games that you do want to tie down as exclusives because you need to have like something to draw people in. So I get why they made Starfield exclusive.
Everyone forgets that Sony tried to buy Starfield exclusivity first.
Yeah, but also
and now it's bad Xbox are doing it.
It wasn't even like Xbox went, oh, you know what? We're just going to buy up Activision. Activision went to Xbox and said, look, will you be interested in buying us? So this whole argument of Xbox is looking just to buy up the entire industry. It's fucking stupid.
I'm getting sick of hearing about it.
To be bought.
Because we're losing out on other acquisitions. Clearly, I think Xbox would have bought Crystal Dynamics if they weren't buying Activision. The fact that they're now working with IDOS and Crystal Dynamics, why would you pay that money to someone to have them make you games instead of just buying them? Like,
I wouldn't mind betting that they do end up buying Avalanche.
Have you not heard the conspiracy?
That Embrace as a shell company for
Embrace. Microsoft gone to Embrace it. Can you buy these? And when we're done with this, we'll buy them off you.
Wow. I'll tell you what, the internet will come up with fucking anything, won't they?
It's illegal. It's like full on, no matter where you are in the world, that's illegal. So it's like, no, I don't think that's going to happen.
But yeah, Microsoft are missing out on so much at the moment. Sony keeps snapping people up. Nintendo's even been buying them. Tencent, Embrace is buying bloody everything and everyone. They don't even stop at games. They're like, we're having Lord of the Rings, Bug Ears, we're having everything.
I don't think PlayStation did themselves any favors with the way they went about this whole crying publicly about Microsoft buying them up, because like all this, like right on the release of Call of Duty, where they paid for time exclusivity and they've paid for fucking Silent Hill 2 remake, which has now been announced. Like, is that a time where like they're under scrutiny as well? It's not just Microsoft.
Have you noticed as well this week they dropped the length of the named amount of time that Final Fantasy 16 is exclusive? It said 2 years or a year previously, and now it says 6 months. And I 100% think it's still the exact same amount of time. They've just changing it on their trailers to be like, well, we don't lock them down forever. I honestly think That's a marketing decision because
and then 6
there's
months
no
is
way.
up, and then suddenly it's another 6 months.
I can't imagine Square Enix going to Sony and being like, "Yeah, you paid for a year or 2 years. Well, tough shit, you only get it for 6 months." They wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't.
No, absolutely not.
I think the
I
think the 6 months is it just coming to PC. It won't come to Xbox in 6 months. I think that's related exclusive to PS5 for 6 months, and then it'll come to PC, so it'll hit like Steam and things like that.
Come to PS4 after 6 months.
Yeah. It's not going to come to Xbox. But I
don't think they've done themselves any favors by doing all this right at a time where like they're under a microscope as well. It's not just Microsoft. They're going to be like actively looking at how it's going to affect Sony, and Sony coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, we've got exclusive this, exclusive that." It's not going to look good on them, you know what I mean?
I don't think it's so much that Xbox are going to own COD. I don't think PlayStation have got the problem with that. I think the problem is it would go straight into Game Pass, and I think that is what they don't want. If Microsoft turned around and said,
because who the fuck's going to pay $70 for it when they can just get a new console and get them all for $10 a month?
And if Xbox turn around saying, "Look, we won't put Call of Duty in Game Pass for each one for until 12 months has passed," Sony wouldn't have a problem. Then it'll be right. I'll do. That's fine.
I would though. I'd be fucking.
We would. But that's what it is. Game Pass.
It all comes down to that agreement they have, doesn't it? Because like at the moment, it's like every 8 or 9 years that Call of Duty gets. Is they have that agreement talk and Sony gets the marketing and stuff? Well, they want to reduce that to 3 years.
They've
only got
the end of the deal to the 2024, isn't it? 2024 is the last
one. But
yeah.
Then that deal's up for renegotiation, and that would have been a point where like Sony would have gone, well, you know what, we'll get the exclusivity rights again for another 8 years.
Yeah.
And Xbox didn't want that. They want to say, well, we don't want to do it like that. We want to give you every 3 years, like 3 years it gets renewed rather than 8 years. And that's what the big argument was about.
Yeah.
If I were Microsoft and this Activision thing goes through, I wouldn't make another Call of Duty game till those rights are up. I'd just keep pumping out DLC and maps and be like, you've got something to advertise, but you're not getting... And spend all that time making the shit hottest COD you've ever seen. Take a couple of the dev teams off, unshackle them, let them out of the mines, feed them a little bit, let them do some other games.
Yeah.
And hey, go back to Tony Hawk's, go back to Spyro, all that shit.
I want to see that, to be fair. That's one thing I do want to see out of this deal. I want to see, like, because at the moment, like, every developer at Activision is working on a Call of Duty, aren't they? That's like generally how it goes. I'd much rather them like take Raven off, or you know.
Oh yeah, 100%. But
maybe take Treyarch off.
Out of spite, I wouldn't give Sony out, and that's just. But I'm a spiteful bastard. After all this publicly shaming him, I'd be like, you've got a marketing deal, but there's no to market as such. You get. I wouldn't
give them the deal again. I think that's it. Like once this goes through, I want to see all the exclusive content coming to Xbox first.
Yeah, I'm paying for my Game Pass. I want those random crappy XP boosts to get. I don't want them normally, but I want them in my Game Pass sub. Why should PlayStation people have? I want that crappy shit that no one else really wants. But when it's free with your subscription, I want that. I want 6 months early access to like co-op missions and stuff.
What people forget is that Xbox had it originally. Like it was originally an Xbox thing. It wasn't a fucking PlayStation thing.
Call of Duty 2 was only on Xbox, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
That's what I'd like to see. I'll call it now. If Xbox by Activision, I want to see a PC port of Call of Duty 2 because it never came to PC, and it's a shame because
Call of Duty 2 came to PC. It was Big Red One. It was Big Red One that didn't come to PC. We had Call of Duty 2 on the PC. Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. It didn't come to the consoles though, did it?
No. I'd like to see. Big Red One was the only one that came to consoles.
I'd like to see. I'd like to see those get brought back out. What was there? I think I'm thinking getting it mixed up with Medal of Honor because they had like that war chest on PC that never came to consoles. But I'd love to see them re-release all the old COD games as well as like the PSP games and stuff like that because they're not the worst games. They're all playable. Every single one of them is playable. But that in a bundle would be quite cool, like the PSP games and the old Call of Duty games.
Yeah, Call of Duty 1 to 3 as a bundle.
Why not? They're gonna sell. You've got them. Just port them. Companies that hold on to like Nintendo that never do anything with their bloody classics apart from every now and then grace us with one of them for like full price on the Nintendo store, which they then delete 6 months later. Is rubbish. I want to consume. If Xbox kept pumping out more of their retro games, I'd be buying them. But for some reason they don't. So
or maybe even do like do like a Call of Duty 1 to 3. Stick loads of like all the achievements in it. Add some new achievements. I'd be all over that like a tramp on a fucking bag of chips.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Be great. But yeah, let's move on to the next topic. So, this goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Funny enough, Modern Warfare 2 will be getting its hardcore mode, which is called Tier 1, and its battle pass at the start of Season 1 on November 16th. Now, I think this is the same time that Warzone is releasing. I might be wrong. Warzone 2.0.
Yeah.
Might be the same time. So, yeah, we've got that to look forward to in 8 days. That should be good. Apparently they've really fucked the prestige system up on this one.
Yeah.
From what I was reading, because like before you used to get like a badge like that showed off that you were like prestige 10, which I thought was great. It gave you a reason to keep playing. But now it's just a complete reset back to level 1. You don't get no, bells and whistles.
Yeah,
which I thought was a bit wank.
I mean, they're always fixing this type of stuff, and I think they're trying to listen to community feedback because they want people to keep playing this game.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel if people are really vocal about a lot of these issues, that Activision's going to listen and they're going to start making some changes. Now, how long is it going to take? Who knows, right? I think they'll make changes, though.
One way that they could combat it is make the last reward of the battle pass your prestige. And then, but you can do these battle passes whenever you want. You're not fixed to do them during a set time. And then right at the end of that battle pass, you get, prestige 1. You got the badge to show, you got the fucking calling card. And then your rank resets. You don't just make that the last reward, and then new battle pass comes out. Okay, another chance to prestige. Clear the battle pass, get the prestige. Do you know what I mean? Make it like that. Make it more.
That makes sense.
Rather than just take it away. I think that's pretty shit.
Yeah,
I like how Halo do it. Halo Infinite with the battle passes, they just keep stacking up. You can keep getting the new one, and then you can decide which one you want to activate and put.
Yeah, that's how it should be done.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse than having a battle pass and not having the time to complete it.
Yeah. It's the only thing that's good about Halo Infinite, but
hey, we you know what? Tomorrow,
right.
Tomorrow, BMG, we might be converted. We might be like,
oh
my God, this is calling it from the heavens.
Oh, I might go back to Halo Infinite after this.
Well, just if anyone that's in chat and I didn't hear us near the start of the show, me and Ash will be streaming some of Halo Infinite co-op campaign if it works. If
we can get the stream up, because normally Redders does the stream, but he's not playing because he's Mardy. So, if not, I'll record it and we'll upload it later as like a video or something. But we're gonna have a try tonight. I've only played the first mission because I didn't want to play it on my own. It's not how I play Halo. So
I did finish the story, but I just rushed through it because I was like, you could tell the world's built for multiple people. They've made it designed that you wouldn't play it on your own. So I'm looking forward to jumping back into it. And like I say, it's four player co-op campaign. I think
online it is.
Online. Yeah, there is no couch co-op because Bonnie Ross lied to us. She lied to us.
Yep. Yes, she did.
But yeah, we're looking forward to jumping into it, giving it a try. It's installed, ready to go, updates done. So join us after the show tonight, and hopefully join us tonight to watch.
If not, they can jump into the party chat. I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
An hour or so on it, won't we? Have a bit of laugh.
I did get most of the collectibles or most of the things you're supposed to collect throughout the campaign, but like you said, that world is humongous, so it's hard to track all that shit down.
Have you got it installed, Sentinel?
I don't right now, but I mean, like my Xbox is pretty much on all the time. I'm either installing stuff or removing it from Game Pass. There's so much stuff to play, so I'll just add it to the queue, and it'll get downloaded as soon as I can.
Yeah, because we can jump on at some point and play as well. Hopefully, if we can get a 4 team going, should be at some point in the future. It'd be fun. It'd be a good laugh.
I think Halo Infinite and Destiny 2 are both on my must playlist for multiplayer right now. So I got to jump back into Destiny 2. I played a lot of Destiny 1 back in the day on PS3, and then I played some of it on PS4. But I never really got into Destiny 2. I think I played it for all of 30 minutes when it first came out. Yeah, and now I'm seeing all this stuff about Destiny 2 and all these people playing it. And I said, I enjoyed the first Destiny. I might jump into Destiny 2,
Come back into the light of the traveller, Guardian. Always forgiven.
Right.
Just ignore him. Don't suffer it yourself. Save yourself.
Right.
I'll absolve you of all your sins, bring you back into the light, and go and shoot some grunts and things.
Yeah,
I played it. I had no desire to go back to it. It's
I know how it is. BMG has Destiny 2 just like Stubbs has Gears of War. I know.
Hey, talking of Gears of War, we're getting a Gears of War movie, aren't we?
Oh yeah, that's a topic coming up.
What a segue!
What a segue!
Is it
I'll segue.
Bring it away, Ash.
Yeah, so apparently Netflix have announced a Gears of War films coming, which fills me with a little bit of hope, because I don't mind the Halo TV show. I didn't mind the changes. After reading Fall of Reach, I do wonder why they didn't just make that into a TV show. It would fit perfectly. Literally, it has the backstory from Master Chief from being a kid the whole way up to being an adult, and then basically the book ends right at the beginning of Halo 1. And I'm like, that's great. Why didn't they make that into the TV show? I get some of the stuff isn't perfect, and I hope Netflix doesn't put in like unnecessary, random, unneeded characters and spend full episodes on them instead of the characters in Gears of War. But was it yesterday was the 16th anniversary of Gears of War release?
Yeah.
So they're making a live-action feature film followed by an adult animated series. So I really hope that means anime. Like, I hope it's not computer generated. I hope it's anime, because like, that's if it was like that cyberpunk film, anime, as Gears of War, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But there's not been a lot of news. The only thing that Cliffy B said, please don't hire Chris Pratt for it. So we can all cross our fingers. Chris Pratt, but we all know who we want in it. We want Batista.
If it's not Batista, they've really missed the fucking mark, because he is the perfect Marcus Phoenix. He looks the part. He acts the part. I think it needs to be Batista, and I reckon they won't get him because it'll be too expensive.
No, I mean, I don't think it'll be too expensive, because you look at other movies they've made where like they had Will Smith in it, and Will Smith is notorious for being overpriced. So if they were able to get a movie with him in it, then obviously they can afford Batista.
Yeah.
Batista,
it'd be weird if they don't use Batista, since they literally redid the whole Gears 5 campaign with Batista's face and voice.
Yeah.
But he's always said, I remember an interview he did round about when Gears 5 came out and they announced that he was going to could change the skin and have him in it, that he would love to do a Gears of War movie. He said he'd be all over it. All they had to do is pick up the phone, tell them they're doing it, and he'd be on it. So he's a definite.
And if he doesn't Batista bomb an enemy mid-film, I'll be disappointed.
This is the 90s. They can't do that anymore.
They can. He's just fighting his way through, and then one of them runs up and he just grabs him and just slams him down Batista bomb style.
Yeah, like when The Rock was on that Star Trek episode and he gave someone the rock bottom.
7 of 9. 7 of 9 got the rock bottom. Yeah, I remember that.
That's amazing. But
I think he did it in Doom as well.
Oh, Doom was a terrible film.
Apparently, The Rock now has contracts that state how many times he's allowed to get hit in a movie. Which
when you're like the biggest actor in the world, you can do what the fuck you like.
Apparently, he got it off Vin Diesel. Like Vin Diesel does it, and then everybody else saw Vin Diesel doing it. Like, oh, that's genius. So
I heard Vin Diesel's trademarked the word family.
Yeah, there's nothing strong. That's why he doesn't get hit, because there's nothing stronger than family. That's it. Vin Diesel's like, how many times? Vin Diesel's got in his contract how many times he can jump out of a car midair, catch someone in midair, and land on another car across a canyon. He has to do it like 6 times a film for Vin Diesel.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind seeing John Cena play Bird. I think
I'd be up for. Cena's such a good actor. Cena is.
I didn't like him until I saw him in Peacemaker.
Oh, have you watched?
He's awesome.
There's that one where he's like, it's like the Holiday Friends on Holiday or something.
Oh, I know the movie you're on about. Yeah.
Oh my god,
like
it's
really
so cringe, but it's so funny. Honestly,
yeah,
it was. I laughed my ass off at that. He's been in some right funny stuff.
Did you see that picture that someone did? The photo with Batista, John
The
Cena,
Rock
and The
and
Rock.
John Cena. Yeah.
In that, that was lovely. It looked really good. You won't get The Rock. To be honest, Terry Crews sounds
Terry
like more of a
Crews.
cold
Terry
grade.
Crews would be perfect.
Yeah,
That'd be
Yeah.
getting his pecs.
Well,
He's funny as well.
Terry Crews is a big time gamer too, so he's going to want to be involved in something like this.
Yeah.
That was the best bit about Crackdown 3, to be fair, was playing as Terry Crews.
Yep.
Like, everyone must have changed their skin to Terry Crews, because I did.
I love Terry Crews. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is one of my favourite shows, and he played a massive part in that. Apparently, his character wasn't even in the original script. They wrote him in, which is why they didn't change his name. That's why he's Terry Jeffords, because they didn't actually have a character for him until he auditioned, and they just wrote him in because he was so funny. Yeah, I love Terry Crews. He's great. He's very inspirational as well. He says a lot of really cool shit.
Yeah, he's been through some shit as well, though, hasn't he, bless him?
Yeah, he has a really rough upbringing.
He's in some shit films though, like what is that one? Oh, what's it called now? Just Go With It. Is it? No, Blended, where he's the singer. Blended is like an Adam Sandler film where he gets with Drew Barrymore and all that. It's the funniest ass film, but Terry Crews plays this like. He's like in this quartet singing band. Yeah. Oh god, he's terrible. Although
I used to
Cheeseburger
really
in Thingy was good.
I used to really love Adam Sandler movies, like back in the day, like Waterboy, Little Nicky. Those like really early Adam Sandler movies. He's fucking rubbish now.
No, he's not.
I can't.
Grown Ups 1 is classic. Grown Ups 2 is terrible. I'll give you that. But have you not seen
Click?
What was that?
Click's
good.
Click was amazing. That's what I would class that one of his older movies.
Oh, what was that?
His newer stuff.
Halloween. Fantastically, shockingly funny.
What was the Diamond one where he was like a
Uncut Gems? That is good in that.
Gems. I thought it was a really good film. Yeah,
he was in a good one with Seth Rogen. I can't remember the name of it. Fuck, what's the name of it? He plays like a stand-up that's got cancer.
Oh yeah. And he's like passing material onto him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny guy.
Fair play to Adam Sandler, right? He's worth all that money and he still dresses like I do. Like, don't give a fuck. Fair play to him, my man. He gets that and he keeps signing up for more and more and more films. Like, I'm trying to think what that film was now. Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it. That Spanglish was a load of crap.
That's an old Adam Sandler film.
Yeah.
He does like too good to everyone bad. I must admit, he has like
ever since he took up his Netflix deal, I think his movies have just been shit.
Never beat Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore was the best film he ever did.
Yeah.
What is this disgusting shit you're talking about? Oh my god!
What?
The Netflix stuff's funny, apart from that one where he's a cowboy. Stuff. Sandy Wexler was funny. Murder Mystery wasn't bad. Uncut Gems was really good. Hubie Halloween is fucking hilarious.
I never watched the Murder Mystery. Was that the one with Jennifer Anderson?
Yeah, they're doing a sequel to it. So
actually, I'd like that. Oh shit, what's it called? The one where he plays the plastic surgeon. And
that's
Jennifer
Just
Anderson
Go With It. Just Go With It.
That's a great movie.
That's funny. Yeah, with Dolph Lundgren, but not that Dolph Lundgren. Oh,
yeah,
I watch that all the time, and he's like giving that goat a fucking like.
Yeah.
Oh, gotta watch it. Gotta watch it. It's amazing. I just saw that Fimber said you put it on screen that the AEW devs have said it's not coming to Game Pass. Well, that's a disappointment because I weren't going to buy it, but I'm.
I don't want to buy it. Yeah, I don't want to buy it.
It looks. Like I like that they're saying they're going to go back to the old school wrestling games.
Rubbish,
but it looks naff. It looks cheap. It looks like a cheap cash-in from like last gen.
It looks like they're action figures if they came to life and had a wrestling game.
It looks like that WWE game.
That's what they do. It's how THQ used to do them. Make them.
You gotta remember, like THQ went out, like Ukes went out of business because their last few wrestling games were shit.
To be fair, though, what's funny is they've got that much old WWE wrestlers in AEW now. It's going to be like you're playing a 1990s wrestling game because that's half of the AEW fucking locker room at the moment. So they're smart, they're smart.
I got really into AEW when it first launched. I thought, oh, here we go. Finally something that can rival WWE. And like this last year's been pants. Yeah. MJF was is probably the best thing that they got going on in AEW at the moment.
Who's that YouTuber? It's one at
Logan
Logan's? Yeah, fighting. I saw clips yesterday of him fighting Roman Reigns. That's amazing what he was doing. Some of
I'll
the
tell you what,
stunts and
mate.
things he doing. That was so
I
good.
can't
Really
fucking
enjoyed that.
stand the Paul brothers. I like Logan more than I like Jake. Jake's a fucking tool. But Logan Paul proved that he belonged in the WWE ring.
Very much
He
so,
was
yeah.
so good.
All his matches
for
have
a
been
guy
good. I
who's
think, what was
literally
that,
just
his
come
third?
out. Yeah,
His third match. All of his matches have been good. He did a blooming lariat clothesline. He was doing frog splashes off top ropes and held on to the bloody phone while he did it.
I was watching TikTok, and they did this scene where it's like CM Punk saying he was the best in the world and then botching that over the top rope lariat twice. And Logan Paul comes in and just nails it.
CM Punk tried to do it. It was embarrassing. But man, honestly, I don't mind like celebrities coming in when they actually can do it right and stuff. But his brother does a run in, and his brother's supposed to be a boxer, and he throws two of the worst punches I've ever seen in my life. They were like,
to be fair though, I thought his punches in WWE were more believable than his fight with Anderson Silva.
To be fair, Fury belongs in the ring.
I'd drop like that if he fucking paid me that much money.
Have you seen the angle of that punch yet? Never even connects, and Anderson Silva goes down. Fucking hell.
But yeah. I'm looking forward to the new WWE game. They were asking online the other day what you want to see in it. So
I'll tell you what, I just want a more smoother wrestler creation screen. Because at the moment it's very long to load bits. And then getting out of the wrestler creation, it takes ages. I'd much rather it be a lot more.
I feel like they load everything at once when it shouldn't. Like it's a bad optimization. Yeah.
I've still got that installed, 22.
We should play. I've got it installed
fantastic.
as well.
It's installed, yeah. Installed.
Yeah, we should do a Rumble, a Royal Rumble, and record it.
Still waiting on Ginna's GM mode, aren't we?
But because I've heard a lot of people say the actual playing it online's not that good. There's that issue.
It's only between us. To be fair, I played it with Fabio, and he said he was
never
lagging because I was beating him all the time. So maybe it is bad, but I just kept whooping his ass at it. So
2K games have never been good in the UK. Like NBA has been crap. WWE's been crap. Their servers are just rubbish.
But we can have a laugh if it's just us playing it. Like four of us playing a Royal Rumble, it'll be a right laugh.
Yeah, we'll have to do it. Yeah, we'll have to arrange it. And I've got to like say it's installed. It's all.
Yeah,
so I had this idea. For a show where like it's like a create a wrestler hour. We get an hour to create a wrestler and then have a match, and then the person who wins the match wins the night.
I couldn't do it.
That'd be great. You got 45 minutes to create a wrestler, and then you got a match.
I can't do it. I need 4 or 5 hours. I need about 5 hours to create an hour. I'll go into panic mode. OCD kicks in.
Create a wrestler always baffled me. I do this rate good wrestler. I press play and he's got no clothes on. I'm like, where's his fucking outfit? Walks down to the ring naked, gets in the ring. He's got a suit on. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So I have to go back in and edit it all again.
Create a wrestler was my favorite part.
Wow. I didn't like the new Create a Wrestler. It gave you like templates, and it confused me. I just wanted character
personas.
Costume. Yeah, the persona thing broke me because I just didn't get it, and I was like, "Fuck this shit."
I don't want to be
created what I could do.
I don't want to be a tax man.
That's it. Yeah. So my character just walks around in a suit and he's got a fucking what do you call it on vest?
Why am I a cowboy now? I don't want to be a cowboy. What about you, Sentinel? Do you like wrestling?
Yeah, damn, I used to buy so many wrestling games back in the day. I haven't bought a wrestling game in a while. I think WWE 2K15 was the last one I bought before the Battlegrounds game, that came out last generation. But you can't really call the WWE Battlegrounds game a wrestling game because it's like it's kind of like an arcade game.
Yeah.
I had a good. I did think about buying the WWE 2K, 2K22 or whatever.
22 is great. Can't fault it. Like 19 was abysmal. I'm talking like shockingly shit.
Right.
Yeah, it really benefited from those 2 years off.
Like, yeah, because I remember the last one before that. I think it had Brock Lesnar on the cover, and they said it had so many issues with it. And it's like for years and years, I was a big wrestling fan, and I mean, I still am kind of off and on. I watch a lot of the older footage on Peacock, from both WCW and WWF. But I wanted to get back into wrestling games, and I know they said with WWE 2K22 it was a hell of an improvement. I haven't got around to buying it because with Game Pass I have so many other games I'm trying to get through. So it's on my list of games I want to check out.
It's definitely worth it.
There's a lot of content. Like I say, you get the standard game, you get the story mode, which is Rey Mysterio, you get the gem mode, which is fantastic, and then you get this like build your own. You get like it's like a card game version where you build like your own
card thing.
Yeah, it's like a roster thing. You build your faction out of random packs.
I did think about that AEW game. I saw that coming out. I don't really follow AEW, but I was like, it's another wrestling game. I'm thinking about checking out.
I'll tell you what, the only thing I hate about AEW is the fucking bumps they take. They just seem so unnecessary. And you see them doing like really insane shit too. And those are not the kind of bumps you can keep doing on a nightly basis.
Right.
Yeah, as I've got older, I wince more. Like back in Attitude Era, I was like, smack him in the head again with that chair.
It's Cage going off now I'm like, Cage. Yeah, but like now you're watching him do like fucking off the ladder Canadian destroyers. It's like, no.
You slowly wince. And I'm just like, he's gonna have a sore arm. I went and watched 1PW at Donny. This guy jumped off the balcony onto this guy on the table and totally missed and landed on his ass on the floor. I was like,
I do like watching Botch of me.
His ass was in his cheeks.
He just broke his ass.
They cut it in the video. I saw it on Botchamania. On the video they put on like the week later when they put it on like Fight, they'd cleverly edited it so you couldn't see him missing pretty much. So it looked loads better.
I'll tell you something that is really cool. Like one of the girls I used to train with, she's now made it onto Progress Wrestling. LA Taylor, she's now on Progress Wrestling, which you can watch on the WWE network. Very fucking cool. She's gone a long way. Started out as like a little independent promotion in Plymouth, and now she's off wrestling all over the world on Progress. Such a cool story. Yeah, definitely check it out if you do have the network. She's like going to be
people in America don't have the network anymore. It's been butchered into Peacock, hasn't it? So yeah, in America it's all on Peacock. Right. Do you know what's annoying? Is it India or somewhere like that? It's in Disney Plus now.
Oh wow!
WWE Network's going on to Disney Plus in.
I'll tell you what, if the network goes into Disney Plus, I might just get Disney Plus because I don't want to keep paying for Netflix because I think Netflix has gone down the fucking toilet. Oh,
Netflix is down crapper, mate. I only keep Netflix for me my kids because they like some of the shows on it.
And you get some really good shows on Netflix, and then they go and kill it like one season in. Like, oh great, thanks for that. Even like Santa Clarita Diet, that's an amazing show. Left it on the biggest shit.
Glow. They've started filming the final season. It built up to his final season. Yeah. They started filming it and they went, "No, we're not filming it now." Halfway through filming.
There's a service called Tubi. I don't know if you guys get it. TUBI. I don't know if you get it in the UK. Has tons of movies like the old school classics, action like Death Wish and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it's better than Netflix because Netflix has maybe 10% of the classics, and they have tons of stuff that you'd never watch.
So it's only America, I think, Tubi now.
I'll tell you what, I watched that movie Blonde, the Marilyn Monroe like reimagined biopic. I'm fucking obsessed with her now. I've even started downloading her old movies to watch. I'm literally obsessed with her.
Jesus,
incredible actress.
What's that wrestling show, TV show? It's got Steve and Amell. Is it Amell? Who played Arrow?
Heels.
Arrow.
Heels. What's that on? Because they've made a full show on that, didn't they?
Don't know. I want to watch Young Rock as well.
Young Rock.
Why?
Young Rock. It's the story of the Rock's life. It looks amazing.
I'll tell you what. I've really gone off the Rock. Like I genuinely can't stand him.
Is it because he keeps turning up to Game Award shows like topless with his energy drink to tell you about his products?
Black Adam. It's Black Adam. That's it. He just can't help it. Because...
I started to hate him before Black Adam. Black Adam just made it worse because he is the Rock in everything. It's not like Fast and Furious. He's the Rock as a policeman. And he goes into the jungle. Yeah. He's like, the Rock in the jungle. Cool. This is good. That's Jumanji. And now we've got the Rock in space. That's fun. And now we've got the Rock in a Black Adam suit.
I kind of like the Rock in Jumanji, though. I like how they all play off each other in Jumanji.
He is capable of some really good, solid roles, but he he's fallen into that 80s muscle fucking head stereotype where he's literally playing every action man in every movie, and I'm fucking bored of it.
What is the movie? He's fucking jacked. What's he going to play? He's not going to play like.
Did you ever see Gridiron Gang?
Grandma in a film, is he though?
Did you ever see Gridiron Gang?
Yes.
Amazing movie, like based on that football coach who like coached prisoners back into like reform and stuff. Amazing movie. I would happily see him play that role. Even like Be Cool, where he plays the gay, the singer and fucking dancer and stuff. I'd happily see him in that movie. I'm tired of seeing him play The Rock in every fucking movie he's in.
It could do what Hulk Hogan did in The Nanny. Do one of them films. Big bulls.
Thunderbolt. That's all we need. The Rock is Thunderbolt.
Oh, it could be the new Michael Knight. Yeah, we could have a new Knight Rider. It could be the new Michael.
Just The Rock with like a curly wig on.
Have you guys seen Black Adam yet?
No.
No. Yeah, I'm not paying to go to cinema to watch it. I'll wait till.
But you don't know. Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
It's not good.
Stop moaning. You're ungrateful.
It's because he was proven wrong, and Henry Cavill was in it, and he won't have it. Wrong. That's it. He was.
Because I wasn't proven wrong.
What episode was we arguing over? It's not
the one before Black Adam came out, and it was just the suit until the very end of the movie, which The Rock fucking spoiled.
No, it was still in it. It was still in it. You just won't have it. You could be last minute. It could have been walking down the street and they imposed his head on it. He was in the film.
He also used the Queen's death to promote that movie. Did you see that?
Well, what was it like? Oh, Majesty's died, and she really, really, really loved the early private screening showed her, so you should go and watch it to commemorate.
It was like that. It was like, so deeply saddened to hear the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. Unfortunately, she now won't be able to watch Black Adam in a theatre near you. He used her death to promote the fucking movie twice.
Fair play to him. Thinking with his brain, that's what he's doing.
Oh, I can't stand him now. Yeah, I can't stand him.
Well, they've said that a Jumanji 4 is coming soon, though.
Because there hasn't been a Jumanji 3 yet.
Hey, have you seen what's coming out at Christmas? They've set Red 1. I think it's coming to Netflix. It's Miracle on 34th Street meets Hobbs and Shaw with a little bit of It's a Wonderful Life sprinkled on top.
Is that the one that
sounds amazing?
Is that the Rock one?
Well, it might be Amazon. It's coming to. Yeah, Rock and is it Chris Hemsworth or something like that? I like Santa's
Is that
Kids.
Red one? Is it?
No, not that one. That's Red Notice. Obvious, easy to get confused, but this one's about Christmas, and I think like the Rock's one of Santa's kids, and the other one is another one.
He did, yeah. I enjoyed that movie he did with Ryan Reynolds, but then I love Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. That film was only good because it had Ryan Reynolds in it. The rest of the characters were crap.
I love Ryan Reynolds.
The film was crap, but
fucking cracks me up.
But yeah, Ryan Reynolds is in that Christmas one, isn't it? It's like a musical dance thing coming out. Ryan Reynolds in who else is in it? Is it a Netflix one? I saw it advertised.
Is having a dance.
It's a musical. It's actually a musical.
The Christmas film. I know that's coming out.
There's
the new Santa Claus TV show coming out in like a week's
I'm
time.
so excited. I'm so excited.
I'm all over that. Apart from Tim Allen looks like a corpse, and there's one over his corpse face.
David Harbour is doing a violent Christmas movie when he's Santa Claus and has to rescue a family from like a house invasion.
Still not as good as Goldberg being a demon, but actually being Santa. Best film ever. Best film ever. I'll do a review over Christmas for it.
I remember seeing something about that movie.
It's terrible. It's basically he's a demon and he likes to terrorize people at Christmas, and then someone tricks him and he ends up having to, like, for so many 100 years he has to be Jolly Saint Nick, but then it runs out and then he's basically going around killing everyone. But it's got like the blonde girl from Lost, the one that has the baby in Lost. She's in it. So
that film's called Spirited. It's Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell. It's a dancing musical Christmas film coming out this year.
Yeah, amazing. I love Will Ferrell. I love Ryan Reynolds. That's gonna hit. I think.
That's
Right,
terrible.
let's do another topic. Right, well, we're closing. Like we're getting close now to the end. So apparently, Cliff Bleszinski claims that Epic Gamers didn't know what to do with the Gears of War franchise regarding its sale. And the only phone call that he got after the sale was from Phil Spencer himself, and calls Phil Spencer a gentleman and a scholar. So, yeah, that's cool.
Give me a job, Phil. I ain't done out in a few years.
Well, I know you. I know.
I'd like to do some Gears of War.
I know I fucked you over with Lawbreakers, but let bygones be bygones.
Yeah, I saved you there, Phil. I didn't put it on your platform. I knew it was shit, so we kept it off.
I reckon that game would have done better on Xbox. Do
you know what? If it came out on Game Pass, games like that, they may not last forever, but they'd actually have like a 6-month lifespan instead of 6 days like Lawbreakers had. You know what
I mean, Bleeding Edge didn't though.
Hey, Bleeding Edge still has players.
Oh my god!
How? Why?
And they actually brought content out for about a year for Bleeding Edge. People forget they brought out extra characters and like 2 maps. I mean, it wasn't great, but they did at least half-arse support it. So
yeah, it didn't. It wasn't
more
right
than
on
Halo.
launch. It wasn't
more
right
than
on
Halo
launch.
Infinite. Yeah, I could play with my friends at launch on Bleeding Edge.
I'm
Right.
surprised you managed to get into a game and like not lag out on launch of Bleeding Edge. That was as big as issue I had. Like the game was just rubber banded to fuck. It's horrendous. Yeah, I would like to see it come back though. I think it deserves a second chance. I really enjoyed that game.
Was it Obsidian? Obsidian made that one?
Nah, Ninja Theory.
Ninja Theory.
Was it Ninja Theory? Oh.
Do you know what? I think people would have liked Ninja Theory if they hadn't been announced literally as Xbox acquired them, because everyone was like, "Oh, this," and I don't get why, because like people don't just shit out games in a day, but
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, look, Microsoft making them do a multiplayer shoot." It's like, so you're telling me they've just whacked this up in a weekend and gone like, "Oh, look at this, Daddy Phil, we've done this for you." No,
Daddy
they've
Phil.
been working
Hey,
on that
Daddy
for about
Phil.
a year.
Daddy Phil.
It's like a passion project. But I just feel that's what I mean, though. I feel like the media and the sad fanboys killed it, giving it any chance of support, basically, because they all moaned about it. So
yeah.
it's not bad. It plays well when it works, but there just wasn't enough maps to keep the interest up. That's the problem.
Yeah. Seriously, like, the biggest issue I had with it was the rubber banding because you're lagging so badly when it first
when I play with Fabio co-op, as soon as you go into a party, one of us is going to lag because it either flicks it to like the potato servers over there, or it flicks it to the shitty UK servers.
Potato service.
Yeah, that's how they're powered over near Fabio's house. It's just a like
milk
10 lines
generated
of potatoes generated
Potato
up,
milk. Oh, I got my potato
cooled with milk. They're all
milk
sat in milk to
generator.
cool them down.
Why is he now fucking the vampire from the Muppets?
I want to play the game.
I have milk. One bottle. 2 bottles.
Oh, it's a good job Fabio doesn't watch these shows.
It's a good job we don't live in the UK. He would have fucking murdered us by now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Shout
If
out
you
to
ever-
Slayer, wherever you're now buried after Alucard got you.
If you ever want to see Fabio starting to lose it, watch the first 2 episodes of our RPG streams of Lord of the Rings.
I'll tell you what. Speaking of,
we need to do that again.
Speaking of people getting hacked up, apparently Netflix are going to be doing more monster series. You know the Jeffrey Dahmer story. They're doing more of those series as based on other serial killers. That'd be good.
Of course they are, because it's just like
let's glorify
it's like
serial
watching a car
killers.
crash, isn't it?
I enjoyed the Dahmer series. It was quite intense. And it had the dad from Step Brothers in it, which I fucking love him. I think he's great. But yeah, another topic. So apparently, there's a reports going around suggesting that a PS5 Slim may be coming in 2023. I think it's
With a
too early.
removable hard drive.
I think it's too early. I don't think we'll get refreshes until at least 2024.
I could see if it was going to be anything, the PS5, because it's about 7 foot tall. It's noisy, and it's ugly. If anything needs,
it's quiet. It's not
compared
noisy.
to a Series X, you may as well be stood there going, "Rrr," next to it because it's fucking so noisy. The PS5.
It
Why
is
would you be doing that next to it?
Silent.
Just to match it, is what I mean.
You might as well be standing next to your grrr. Why?
Why not? It's more exciting than the PS5. It just
You
looks
might
horrible.
as well be standing next to growling at it.
Because apparently they're not going to call it a slim, which to me just says they've gone, oh, this is ugly as fuck. It costs us a fortune. Let's just redo it and release it looking new with a removable hard drive. And I will laugh my ass off. It says like a removable hard drive. If they go the fucking same way as Xbox did with those plugins that everyone moans about. Because how can you have a removable hard drive section? Because otherwise you're going to have to be like, remove it, unscrew your hard drive, plug it in.
Like the PS5s are really easy to get into, though. They're not that complicated. Just slide the faceplates off.
It's a pain in the ass. If when you're taking the faceplates off, if you don't do it perfectly, the catches on the plates just scratch the console right across, and you're like, bastard.
I remember when they showed off the PS5. I thought that's a really sexy looking console.
It's not.
I thought that's really cool. I thought that's a wave to the future. And then I saw the fucking size of it because Timmy's got one.
Yeah.
Now they go on
I like the DualSense.
Fuck, man, you got to move out. You got to take the window out to get it in.
But the console's
Pivot!
huge. And
Pivot!
and the fact that you have to if you lie it on its side, you have to balance it on the stand. And if you stand it up, you have to screw it in.
Do you know what's annoying though? They don't tell you have to twist the bottom to get the fucking screw out.
No, they don't.
I was like, where the fuck's my screw? I rang up and went, there's no screw in this. It's hidden inside, obviously. Who fucking thought? Maybe that's what the new update will be. It's just a clip-on fucking. It's just make it square. Things are square and stand straight for a reason. Because then you don't put it upside down.
They just did a console refresh. They just released a new model, didn't they? That was cheaper to make with cheaper parts. Yeah. They put the price up. Yeah.
Because lol.
Yeah.
Market leader, mate. Market leader.
Well, you got to account for inflation, but they're using fucking cheaper parts. I don't get it.
And I'm sure BMG will be saying the total opposite tomorrow. Be like, oh my God, can't wait for this new PS5 on his brand new podcast show.
What's he going to be doing again? Do you want to do that again? What's he doing?
Gobbling.
I've got two
Jim,
going at
what's the other one? The German bloke. There's Jim.
No, it's not
Herman
German, it's English.
I'm going to say Herman Munster, but that's fucking...
Herman Hels.
No, the guy that made it. The guy
designed
spit
it. Roasted.
What's his name?
You're going to get frosted like a fucking donut. That's what you're going to get.
Jim Cerny.
Mark Cerny. Yeah.
Mark Cerny, that's it. He looks
frosted like a Greg
like he stands outside people's windows, old Mark Cerny. He's like,
I'm still waiting for
PlayStation. He looks like he would be one getting stung with the PS5 t-shirt on, not that other guy.
Yeah, to be fair, he looks like the kind of bloke I wouldn't leave my kids with.
That's what I mean. He's a creepy looking dude, bless him.
Got to nonce in again.
I didn't say he was a nonce or insinuated. I just said he's a bit of a creeper. He might be a stalker. He might date rape people. He looks like that kind of guy. Text him on dates. He's like, I made this PS5, and when they're not interested, he just drugs them. I'm just saying. I'm not saying he does that. No, I'm not insinuating that. I'm saying you'd expect to see him on one of these Netflix documentaries about fucking murderers and stuff.
You'd expect to see him in Sting Wars, like a pedo sting.
Oh my God.
He's got a funny look to him. That's all I'm saying.
Thought you were meeting a 12-year-old, didn't you, Mark?
That's that PlayStation CEO who had this PlayStation T-shirt on when this got him.
Oh yeah. Right. Yeah.
Poor Mark Cerny. He does look the type, though.
But we're not saying he is the type. We're just saying he's.
We're saying he is a nonce, but he does give off nonce vibes. Let's be honest.
What?
And this is why we never get sponsored.
If you're a developer and you're interested in partnering with us. Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, why don't you tell them about your new podcast, BMG?
Yeah,
I don't know if I want to now. Yes.
There'll be much less nonce talk on it, I assume.
Yes. less nonsense.
I didn't bring up the fact that he was a nonce. You did.
You said you weren't leaving with your kids.
You called him a nonce first.
You insinuated it. Anyway, yes. Tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Wednesday, 9th of November, 8:30 p.m. GMT is our brand new PSN Party Podcast show. I'll be your host, as well as my panel member, Sentinel, and as Sarah Crazy Will from Twitch as well. So, yes, very much three of us going to sit down, talk all things PlayStation, and slag these lot off about Xbox. So, but yes, that's tomorrow. I hope you can all join us. Brand new show. Let's get all the views in. Let's show that we're better than the XBL Party Podcast.
Herman the German. I just realised that. He's called that, isn't he? He's German. Herman Helst is Herman the German. That's amazing.
Oh my God.
You got Nonce Ernie and Herman the German.
Sentinel's like, what did I agree to this for?
No, I agree.
Don't worry, Sentinel. We will have higher class tomorrow.
Can we just
We're
verify?
coming into the chat tomorrow.
Can we just verify, Sentinel, that you also agree that Mark Cerny looks like a nonce?
Yeah, I expect him to be in the ring. I'm just saying he looks like a creeper.
Yeah, I'm not saying he is, but
Right.
Sleeper creeper.
that video he did, he was talking about the PS5 on that fake background and the fake crowd. Like, you wouldn't be surprised if the people in the crowd were all dead and he turned them into waxworks, would you? Like,
There's that one picture.
Corpses.
There's that one picture going around where he looks like a fucking Sith Lord. Have you seen that one? Where he's got like the dark black eyes and shit. He looks like. I don't know if I can find it. Hang on.
I'll see if I can when I can get it put up on the wall.
Just bear in mind, though, we should give him credit. He was executive producer on Crash Bandicoot, Spyro 1 and 2. Like, he was a program on Jak and Daxter. He's worked on some really good games. So, fair play to him. He has director of Knack and Knack 2, not something you really want on your your CV.
Oh.
I bet he leads with that. If he goes on his date and he's like, I made the PS5, it done it. He's like, yeah, but I was the director of Knack. Like,
is this on the date with children or with an actual adult? Consenting
no,
adult?
with adults.
With adults. He goes on dates with adults.
See, we're not the only one. Timmy in chat, look. There you go. It's got a weird look to him. That's all I'm saying. Like,
yeah, he looks like a fucking nonce.
Fuck's sake. And this is why we
By the
can't
way, if any of you, if any developers are watching and you wanted us to like review one of your games, look us up.
As long as there's no children in it.
Yeah. As long as there's no children in
I'll tell you that. Do you want to know a game I am reviewing this week? I'm getting my daughter to review it with me. It's not exactly the sort of game I'd play all the time. What's it called? It's a Switch game. I can't see because I'm laughing now. Horse Tales Emerald Valley Ranch. So we'll have a review of that next week. Horse Tales. It's like a farming simulator, but with horses and stuff by it looks. So
you
I'll play it with my daughter. Yeah, you grow them out of the ground. Yeah, clearly. So
it's Nintendo.
See, we do a lot. We do a lot of great coverage. We cover all sorts of games. We're heading towards 500 review videos on the channel soon. So
yeah,
and 495 of them are mine.
And we're still on our march to 1,000 subscribers as well. I think we're currently at
876.
Yeah.
Slow down a bit now because Jen has stopped doing Fortnite shorts.
Or Fortnite news videos or any videos.
Yeah,
he said, I'm still waiting for those videos. He said, I'm off last week. I'm off all week. I'll get some videos done. Did we get a video? Did we? Hell, nothing.
No.
I know that's how we talking about nonsense. We've dropped 3 views.
While we are on our march, once we hit 900, I think we've got a couple games to give away and games pass as well, ultimate to give away. And we're hoping once we hit 1,000, hopefully this year, maybe hopefully, it'd be nice if we did. We've got a big game bundle giveaway as well as
15 to 20 games or so. Yeah,
that's it. And there's rather going to be a couple of 3-month Game Pass Ultimate, or if it's out over here, there will be depending how they work it, the family and friends code, which will give you up to 5
it's only in
people.
Ireland at the moment, I think. Yeah, it's only in Ireland.
Yeah. I think from some of the pricing and stuff that's been leaked, I think it's going to maybe hit in just in time for the holidays. But yeah, tell your friends, tell your family.
Hide your kids, hide your
That's it. Yeah, tell everyone you know, tell strangers, don't worry about stranger danger when you're telling about XBL.
Get down to local school, stand outside with a banner, tell them all about it.
Yeah, go with your Haribos.
Someone was actually doing that, weren't they? That was fucking well weird. They're getting like subs by sending their members down to schools and getting the kids to promote it or some shit.
Apparently, yeah. Not naming shame on here though, because like fair play, they got loads more subs than we did.
Yeah.
Mark spread the word.
Got another topic, I think. We've got topics, more topics.
Who knows? But yeah, hit that like button. We've got loads of content coming. And we've got the PlayStation podcast going live tomorrow. We've got new shows coming in the distant future, semi-distant. Yeah. We're going to have a Nintendo one, which will probably be like a monthly show soon. We'll have some other shows. We've got Rambling with Redditors is episode 3 starting, so that's every week. Monday. That's coming on a Monday, and there'll be more reviews, more live streams. We're looking at going back to doing group live streams again because we started doing them and we've sort of lives took over, but we're going to start doing like the group live streams again. And I'd like to get back into the RPG stuff as well. So
yeah, that'd be good.
So much content coming. We just got to try and fit it into our busy lives.
The rebrand is kind of happening now, Stubbs. When's the rebrand? It's going to be like a progressive thing over the next few months, I think.
Yeah, we can't. We're slowly going to be showing everything off, and it's all going to say everything's included. But because the website's already paid for so long, and we've already got like branding and stuff with publishers and devs and PR companies, I can't just flick the switch. So it's going to be a slow, progressive thing. So you'll start to see, like on the Twitter now, we're already showing off the PlayStation stuff. But the website will stay the same for the foreseeable, just while we slowly progress into the new full-on brand, basically, where it's more generic. But we just want to make sure everything gets up and running, because I don't want to rebrand everything and then BMG does 2 weeks and stops. Like TheGinna. So we want to make sure we've got these shows up to a sort of regular standard before we sort of rebrand everything. So, but it is coming.
Are we allowed to say what we're going to be called or not?
XPN, I believe we're calling it.
XPN Network, yeah.
XPN Network. That's what it will be called.
Shout
I believe
the Twitter, coming up with that.
The Twitter and the YouTube channels will change sooner rather than later because they're easy changes. But like I say, the website, it'll still be xblpartypodcast.com, but it'll be like home of, and then it'll have everything there basically. But the website's pretty much separate anyway. It's its own little thing where I just do all the news and stuff on it. So, and we got a great name for a Nintendo podcast. It's fantastic. So it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, you're quite happy with that name, aren't you?
I am. It made me chuckle.
Share it with people.
Go on then.
I can't. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Plumbers,
there you go.
And princesses.
That's it. That's what Nintendo's all about.
Right.
Going to be amazing. Going to be absolutely fantastic. But there's loads coming. Probably some other stuff. I'm looking at doing a specific show based on one game. It's not going to be regular. It's going to be maybe like once every 2 months because there's literally no news for it. It's a game that's not out yet, but I might do like a history series leading into it or something. I'm not sure. It won't be like a podcast, but there'll be more about that probably after Christmas. At the moment, life is busy, and I'm literally like flooded with bloody reviews and stuff like that. I've got albums I've still got to put reviews up for, so keep an eye out. There's loads of cool stuff. I'd like to talk about movies and wrestling more like we do. So
yeah. And we're opening up the Discord for more people as well. So if you do know anybody that you want to get on, hit us up. We are going to be overhauling it a bit in the next couple of weeks. Well, I say the next couple of weeks, like next week. There's going to be a bit more in place to, keep it friendly and like what it's meant for and stuff. So that's coming. That should be good. I suppose with Sentinel being on the PSN Network show, he is now official member of the podcast, isn't he?
Of the podcast family, yes.
Yeah, he is.
Welcome, Sentinel, as a new panel member.
Yeah. Thank you. Nice to be here.
He's already regretting it after this episode. He's like, my life.
Fuck me, I didn't sign up for this, did I?
That's it. You've signed up for 10 shows a week.
It's all right. You're not on a show with Redders all the time. He'll not push you out. Don't worry. It's fine.
Yeah, it's cool. Don't worry.
Right.
Yeah. Ginna's next on my hit list. Don't worry. His days are numbered.
Yeah, Fabio's dead. Literally, Redders has killed him. He just don't want to tell you.
I didn't get Fabio. I've tried time and time again to get Fabio on the show, but he's off, being on Bob's show and fucking college.
Doing uni. How dare he better himself?
How dare he learn how to build bombs?
Oh, I'm swimming in milk. I got my milk bottle.
I wonder what the explosive yield is from a pint of milk. I'll ask him next time I speak to him.
I like to milk my own cow.
Logic in chat. Cheers for dropping by, buddy.
I love you, Fabio. Honestly,
we need to have a. I want to arrange a tournament one day. It's just getting time, mate. I want us to have a proper tournament of some kind at some point in the future. But
it could be you and BMG versus Logic and Sensei tonight.
But we'd get broken, and I'd rather at least have Ginna. Ginna can actually play.
Yeah.
I remember when we first did the podcast. We did a podcast tournament. We got wrecked because there was only me and Fabio. We got 2 ringers join us.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah,
the ringers didn't turn up till the night of, like 5 minutes before. First game, none of them, bar one other and me, had mics working. So for the first 2 matches, we couldn't speak to our team, so we didn't know what the hell were going on. We got absolutely wrecked in it was like best out of 10 matches, and I don't think we won 1. We got steamrolled. It was shocking. But they no offense to them, I can't remember who did it. It was like the community ones. They changed. It wasn't like standard Halo rules though. Like there was not like battle rifles and stuff and this and stuff. It was just odd little things.
Yeah.
So yeah. It was an odd one.
I remember that last tournament we played with Logic and Ginna and shit. My God, I've left that game feeling violated. That was not a fun time. We've still got a bit more topics to talk about. We'll try and get through them quick. So the creator of the Oculus is building a VR headset that will intentionally kill you if you die in video games, because that's how much the IQ is fucking plummeted. EA has decided to end Project Cars. I felt bad for this one because I felt like Project Cars is another car racing game that could have benefited from being on next-gen consoles. I feel like it just tried to push.
I never heard of it. I'd never heard of Project Cars.
It was a good game, but it was plagued with issues. It was on through Xbox One, and it did not run well at all. Was it
a live service type game?
Nah, it was just a racing game. But it was you could tell it was really hindered by the hardware.
Yeah.
But yeah. And last bit of news, Saints Row is now getting a huge November update, which includes over 200 fixes, improvements, and new features. Honestly, I don't really care. I was so disappointed by that game.
Yeah, me too.
I probably won't go back to it unless they add more achievements and stuff. I might, but I did enjoy it. It wasn't Saints Row, it was Saints Woke, and it didn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that.
Yeah, I didn't really say it's kind of one of them games. It had such a bad reception, so many plagued with issues, so generic and too safe. Then they tried doing all these fixes, which clearly weren't enough fixes, and now it's more fit. It's like, just let the game die now. Just let it.
I don't want to see it die. I want to see the old Saints come back because this new shit didn't work. They can just. I feel like they stripped it of its identity.
Yeah,
and we're like, we're going to play it really safe now. Here, have these fucking millennials, and they're going to swear a lot to overcompensate for the fact that you don't have a dildo bat or any obscene, behavior anymore.
it's just the developers didn't respect the IP. That's what it was.
Yeah. And I mean, they said like going in that it was going to be like a watered down, but I didn't expect it to be like as watered down as it was. It was very much a clone, like a really shit clone.
I wonder if they'll go back and remaster like the first 3 games or something and do like
Timmy knows me well.
Yeah, I see him remastering the first and second one. Probably
like a Goodwill.
next year.
Yeah, that would be good. So yeah, that pretty much covers news for tonight. Should we call it a night?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
It gives us a chance to get ready for this stream if it works.
Yeah. Sentinel, mate, cheers for coming on last minute. Appreciate you being here and hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Hope we didn't shock you too much.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
This was tame. This was tame.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to everybody who just stopped by. Stubbs, Timmy, Logic, Muppet, Thimber. Who else did I miss? Oh, Goggle Poe was here for a bit. I hope I got that name right. Yeah, cheers for coming by and hanging out with us. We'll be back same time next week. But yeah, don't forget tomorrow we've got PSN Party Podcast starting, having episode 1. Immediately after this stream, we've got Ash and BMG playing Halo, the new winter update. Rambling with Redders is back again on a next Monday at 7:30. I'm actually quite excited for that episode. It was very good to sit down with a good friend of mine. If you are interested in being on that show, hit me up. I'm always happy to sit down and have a chat with anyone. So
he's got Tim on next week. Tim Cerny.
It's not
whatever it's called. Mark Cerny. Whatever it's called. Close enough.
No, I do not have Tim Cerny on next week. Probably won't be for a while, I don't think, after tonight. But yeah, all the best, guys. Good night. And catch you next week. Have a good one.
See you later, guys.
Bye. Later, guys.